Hey everybody, I'm Adam, and I just want to make a quick video about how I coach people on the 24-day challenge. Some people might do it differently. This is just what seems to work for me. I know that with a busy schedule, 2 kids and a wife, and then working, I love coaching people, but I have to make sure that I keep it organized. If not, then I'll forget to call somebody. So anyway, what I did was I went to, I guess, Office Depot, Office Max, wherever, and I bought a binder. And I printed out just a 24-day challenge cover here and stuck it in the front pocket just so that I know that this is my 24-day challenge coaching book. So what I did after that was, because I've used, I think, about every single Advocare product, I decided that I was going to keep a pack of the vitamin strip packs of each, so that I could actually put it in my 24-day challenge coaching book. And I also kept a fiber and a AM and PM for days 1 through 10, and then these are days 11 through 24. So if when I'm coaching somebody, I can always pull out whatever pack I'm talking to that person about, whether they ordered M&S3, M&SE, or M&SC. I can always pull it out, talk about it, and I just have it right here on hand with me. So that seems to work really good. If you don't, just if you have an extra pack, sometimes you get little straggler packs throughout the challenge. It just happens. Just try to take one of those and maybe put in the book for maybe the next time you start coaching someone, so you can have it. Then what I do is, whenever I'm talking to someone, so let's just use John as an example here. So I've got John written down, and I'm calling John up, doing the pre-challenge call, just calling him up saying, hey man, we're excited. We're going to help you all the way through this, and briefly walk them through each product, and that's where all these come into play. And then right down here, you'll see where it says, like, for instance, like the All-In Challenge. On January 10th, I'll call John up and talk to him about that. On January 11th, that's going to be day 1. Okay, and I'm going to check in with John. And then on January 13th, which is day 3, I'm going to check back in with John. So this right here is the 24-day challenge coaching checklist, and this really helps me out. What helps me out even more than that is these little handy dandy little tabs on these little dividers here. So these represent each day of the month. What I do is, let me put these back in there. Hang on one second. So what I do, for instance, if I know that John is starting the challenge on the 11th, I'll come here to the 11 and I'll flip it over and I'll open up my binder and I'll stick John in there on the 11th. Okay, I'll close up my binder and go from there. So go to bed the next day on January 11th. I'll come to my binder here, open it up, January 11th. Okay, there goes John, and then I'll call John up, and him and I will talk about the challenge, talk about how he did throughout the day, this, that, and the other. When I get off the phone with John, the first thing I'll do is I'll take it out, and I'll also, I also write notes here, just about some things that took place, challenges or whatever throughout the challenge that he may be having, so just to kind of keep track. But what I'll do then is, after January 11th, I'll move it to number 13 here in my binder. So I'll move it to 13, and I'll keep it there. I'll close my book up. And then on, let's say the next day is January 12th, every single day I check my binder. So I'll come here to January 12th and I say, okay, I don't need to talk to anybody. Because sometimes people start challenges at different times. Some might start on the 11th, some might start the 12th, 13th, 14th. If you're not doing the All-In Challenge, it's just all according to why that person fits in their schedule. So I'll come there the 12th, I'll look, I don't need to call anybody. I'll put my binder up and I'll go about my day and do whatever else. On the 13th, I'll come in and I'll say, oh, there it is. I need to call John up this day. So it's day 3. I need to check in with John, see how things are going. So that's kind of how that works. And then on from there, after the 13th, it says day 7 check-in, January 17th. I'll take this out and I'll actually move it to the number 17 here for January 17th. And from there, I will close my binder, and every day I'll check it, and that's how I follow through with that. It really helps me out, and I think it helps a lot of other people out. Another thing that I have on hand is the 24-day challenge daily guide, which I printed it out. It helps me whenever I'm talking to somebody. I can kind of go through, okay, day 1, here's what we need to do for day 1 here. Here's what we need to do for day 2, day 3, day 4. Okay, so that's something always good to have on hand with you as well. I mean, I keep this in the front of my book here, and that's kind of what I go by. And the last thing I do, or I want to talk to you about really, is this right here is the follow-up guide for the 24-day challenge. There was another team that actually made this up, and I kind of took it from them because it's really good. I'm going to try to scan it in here in a second and see if I can't post it in Champions Together on the Facebook page there, so you guys can download it if you want to. But it has it kind of gives you some ideas, some things, questions to ask, things to talk about, and also some helpful tips. Like if someone has questions about, they're feeling bloated, or they just don't have a lot of energy, this, that, and the other, retaining water maybe, whatever it may be. It has some suggestions on there as well, what you can do to help them. But also, another thing to always remember is if you get stuck with someone, always go back to that third-party credibility. Always go back to, hey, look, you know what? That's a great question. Let me put my friend Adam, or let me put my friend Bianca, or whoever that may be that's helping you. Put them on the phone with that person. It always helps. So that's kind of how I do things. I hope that helps. And if you guys need anything, we're here to help you in any which way we can.